Well, hello everybody, and welcome to this video called A Little This and That. This is a video series that I'm really excited to start up with you guys. And it's basically exactly what the title says. We're going to be talking about a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Mostly, I'm going to be reading through some of your comments, responding to some of the things that, the discussion in some of my posts and videos. It gives us an opportunity to continue those conversations and to just continue, I don't know, bringing this community together. It's a beautiful community, and I give you guys lots of props and pride all the time because there's so much kindness and love and understanding here. One of the first posts that I put out there soon after my hiatus was talking about honoring everyone's journey. And I hope that that is a theme that carries through this particular video, as well as everything that I do here. Everybody is in a different place in relation to their life's lessons, and not everybody's here to learn the same life lessons, which creates different scenarios, different belief systems, different situations, different problems. And so the practice of standing back and watching a person or a situation unfold in front of you without the need to interject, teach, correct is, it's a practice. And I think that when you have that general attitude, then when you do feel spirit move through you to speak up or contribute to or help in some way, you know that it really is spirit that's moving through you, and it comes through a lot more pure and coming from like an open, compassionate heart rather than a you should be doing this, you shouldn't be doing that. So if you didn't see that video, my don't should on yourself a video, it's actually pinned to the top of my Instagram and probably my Facebook page as well. It might even be pinned on YouTube. I pinned it because it's a very big conversation that I want to keep going on in our community, because as I talk about things and people bring things up, I think that mentality of honor their journey, honor where they're at, will help alleviate some of the arguments and the crazy internet warriors out there. It seems to kind of put out that fire. So, okay, let's talk about the hiatus video. I'm not going to talk about my hiatus because I already did a whole video on it, but I appreciated everybody's comments. There were several of you who reached out to me saying that you have been feeling that taking a hiatus or taking space from a certain situation or circumstance might be a really good idea for you. So I'm really glad that my experience has been able to inspire you in whatever way. And I just want to reiterate the power of standing back and observing. And if you are embarking upon any sort of hiatus, whether it be a mental break from something, whether it be a weekend or a week or 9 months like mine was, away from something in order to gain a higher perspective, a different perspective, insight, my heart goes out to you, and I wish you the very best of luck. And I wish you the answers that you're seeking, the clarity that you will find. One aspect, though, that I didn't bring up in that previous video was the idea of allowing things to unfold in front of you. So what was really interesting about the last 9 months for me was because I took a step back completely from so many different aspects of my life. It wasn't just posting on social media. There was a lot of things that I kind of pulled away from. And by the way, I pulled away responsibly. So I didn't ghost people and shut my door and lock it. It was like I made sure that all of my loved ones, that, situations understood what I was doing. And so I think that that's another key component that I wanted to, don't just like ghost someone and be like, I'm taking a hiatus, be responsible with your energy. So But one of the miracles here is kind of walking into the mystery and allowing things to unfold in front of you. By the way, I did write down notes for these videos. Otherwise, it's just going to be a chaotic mess, me babbling. So I wrote here, be willing to be shown. Be willing to be shown. I mean, one of the nice things about creating mystery in your life or walking into the mystery of your life is that you have an opportunity to allow the universe to unfold itself to you. Now, this takes a lot more patience, and it takes a lot more trust, and maybe a little fairy dust, a little magic, you know, to help you stay in your faith and to stay connected during that. But I think taking your hands off of things or out of things is really it's an important aspect of life. It gets us out of that control mode and into a receptive mode so that we can be taught and guided into real success or clarity or love or whatever it is that you're wanting. So thank you for all of that. Okay, next I want to move into the subject of Mercury retrograde. This one that we just had Mercury go into retrograde. We had a beautiful new moon in Sagittarius. I am feeling this retrograde, and I don't know if you're like me, but I don't feel all of them. And I certainly do not blame inconveniences or bad things that happen solely on, well, I should say this. I don't blame my issues that I'm creating on Mercury retrograde, right? But the last day, I've had these little tiny, small, irritating inconveniences that just happen. And like moments before I started this video, I was trying to give my dog a treat. So I opened this cupboard that is over my two little fish tanks. I have two little beta fishes. They are in separate fish tanks, obviously. And I have this catnip, it sounds like I have a ton of animals in here. I guess I do. This little bag of catnip that fell and just poured into my fish tanks. The tops of them were slightly open. And I'm like, no! I just, oh my gosh, I got so frustrated. So trying to get catnip out of fish tank that's recycling water, and the fish is like, oh, and I'm like, don't eat that, don't eat that. And I'm like with this big spoon trying to spoon out this fish, this catnip. I have a point to the story, I promise. I'll circle back around. So that was really frustrating. And then as I'm trying to get this out, I've got something on the stove. I mean, there's just, right, these little irritations. It reminds me of this saying. This is like one of the funniest sayings. It's, do not curse your enemies. Instead, wish for them small, irritating inconveniences. It's way worse than like big curses. Because, you know, when big things happen in our lives, big trauma or you know, there's usually like people that will come out and support you. There's help. There's like a book or you know, like a therapist. And typically when we overcome those big obstacles, we become stronger. But there's no support group for small, irritating inconveniences. And maybe there should be one. Maybe it's us right now. You know, the days where you're like, I stubbed my toe, I lost my keys, I spilled my drink. Like, oh, it's like a series of little tiny unfortunate events that just by the end of the day, you know, you're all wound up, and then someone's like, what's going on? And you're like, nothing happened. Just a million little things. Welcome to Mercury retrograde. So we do the best we can do. My poor fish, I got out as much catnip as possible. I'm not going to Google if catnip kills fish because I'll just drive myself crazy. I have a solution, and I will tell you about it towards the end of our video and how I'm going to save my fish. And there's a circle back and a tie around to this. But first, let's talk about the hot topic that I posted on Instagram. It was about transmuting energies. This is such a good conversation. I posted a little reel talking about the concept of, instead of blocking and shielding and doing return to sender spells, that we work on creating our energy in such a way that it transmutes positive energies into negative energies. And I'm going to talk a little bit more of that. I mean, these little Instagram reels are like so short. So this is like, here's a truth bomb. Bye. You know, like, and there's not really a space for me to expound on that a little bit more. So I'm going to. First of all, before I do though, I want you to know that there's no judgment here. I mean, the whole thing that I said at the beginning about honor your journey, I honor your journey. So whatever magic you practice, even baneful magic, I am not anti anything here. Again, everybody's on a journey, and I recognize the dark arts as actually initiation for very many people. I myself have dabbled in the dark arts. Is that Harry Potter? I can't remember who said that. I myself have dabbled in the dark arts. I think I'm quoting Harry Potter. I don't know though. So it is a path and it is a journey, and I'm never going to discredit people who are practicing that. But I also myself got into a place where I wanted to begin to master my energy. I think as we start to step into mysticism, we start to go, how am I mastering my energy? How am I really delivering myself to a place where I am unbothered? And this is the art of transmutation, which is a little bit more about alchemy and taking something that has a certain intention or a certain intent and changing it to your benefits. And so I had this beautiful question here by Carly Wood. This was on Facebook. She said, how do you move to a high vibration if you are feeling the negative energy on a personal level? Meaning the negative energy is affecting your energy. I feel like it is the reason I stay down. I don't know how to focus on the good when it's bad. I love this question, and this is exactly the conversation I was hoping to have around this. That sounds real great, Crystal. Let's transmute negative, but how? Especially when it's hurting you and it's really bad. So I'm gonna go back to my fish tank story, because the catnip falling into the fish tank was horrendous for my fish. I'm sure of it. They've never had that herb before. It's called catnip, not fishnip. And again, please nobody tell me if it's bad for them. I don't really want to know, because again, here's my solution. So let's say you've got something that's come into your life, your space, your mind, your heart, your work situation, your relationship. And it's like, this is not supposed to be here. Somebody has poured catnip in my fish tank. Yes, you can try scooping it out, but you're not going to be able to get every little morsel of negativity. The best way for Crystal to do this is to get the fish water, which I buy special fish, it's Amazonian fish water for my Amazonian fish, and pour it into the tank and let the tank overflow. Like, obviously I'll put this in my sink and let the tank overflow. And eventually all of that unwanted herb will come out of the tank and into the sink. So what does this mean? What is she talking about? To create your energy in such a way that you are transmuting negative energy into positive energy requires that you specifically and consciously are putting more good into your life than anybody is putting bad. So it's not necessarily about sitting here, and you can, by the way, do violet flame meditations. Violet flame is a transmutative energy that will take negative energy around you and transmute it into positive energy. Those of you who have been through my mentorships, we've worked with violet color and violet flame. You can literally go onto YouTube, and if you're already on YouTube probably watching this, and you can search violet flame meditation. And you can do that morning and night. You can meditate with putting just white light into your body. I've got a lot of meditations here on my channel where we are doing that. But I think that the ongoing practice is about putting more positivity into your life and more of the vibration that you want to be experiencing into your life and outnumbering it, outflowing it, doing it more. So I've talked at length about how important it is to have a routine, a healthy, happy, positive routine in your life. I have one. It changes constantly. My routine is that I routinely change it. I do what works for me. And it really does begin first thing in the morning. I'm pouring good Amazonian water into my fish tank first thing in the morning. Whatever that means to you. Is it reading a book? Is it listening to music? Is it praying? Is it going for a walk? You can't just like get out of bed and start hustling. You need to have one or two things that you do to just start that pouring in the good stuff, connecting. It may be lying in bed and doing a light meditation. Just fill your cup first thing. And then throughout the day, we live in a world that is constantly throwing catnip in our tank. Don't quote me on that. Nobody will know what you're talking about. We live in a world where there is just constant. People are selling to you. They're prospecting you. They are proselyting you. Everybody's got an agenda. Everybody wants to buy your vote. They want to buy your money. They want to buy your time and attention. There's constant. And that is negative energy. Driving down the road, there's billboards, there's radio, you're passing people who are in a state living in this world. It's very, very intense here. So you have to be pouring. So during the day, what are you doing? Listening to happy podcasts, listening to good vibes. You are, saying your affirmations. And I feel like the crazier the world gets, the crazier we have to get. The more catnip that is being poured into your tank, the more good stuff you have to do. So if you become a crazy person like me, and you're like, well, I've got my evil eye bracelet, and I've got organite, and I drink my tea, and I journal. Yes, this is me pouring so much goodness into my life that the negativity just pours out. I don't even see it. I don't even hear it. I don't even need it, because it's just constantly flowing out, because I've got so much energy that I want to be experiencing flowing in. So one of the things that I taught in my mentorships was to have a list of things that you can go to. And I mean, this needs to be a long, long list. This needs to be like 20 to 50 things that raises your vibration. And don't be general about it. Don't just say happy music. What song? Don't just say these books. What book? What paragraph? What page do you need to turn to? Talking to my friends. What friend? And what's their number, right? Like, put specific things on this list. Because when you feel that there is too much garbage in your life, you forget. You forget all your tools. You forget to pray. You forget to meditate. You forget to light a candle. You forget your magic. So, but if you can just remember to grab that list and go through it, there will be something on there. And then update your list. Update it. If you're having a really good day and you just feel like, wow, I have no catnip in my tank. I am good. I am free of, I'm good. Right then, take a snapshot. What am I doing? What am I thinking? What am I wearing? What am I listening to? What have I just been doing? And write it down so that you can recreate that when you need to. That is what I mean by create such a life, create such an energy around you that when someone wishes you ill, it's just energy coming towards you. And you have this momentum of good energy happening anyway. So it just, that negative energy, that little dart, that bad intention, even if someone did want to curse you, it would just get caught up in your cycle of energy. You're laughing, your yoga practice, you're outside looking at the sun, and you're just enjoying your life. It just kind of gets caught up in all of that and flushed out. or it just turns into the positivity that you are constantly streaming in. I can hear some of you asking, this sounds like a lot of work, Crystal. It sounds like a lot of work. If it's a lot of work, then you're doing the wrong things. When you are tapped into joy and you are filling your moments, and I'm talking small things, you guys. I'm not telling you to like go to Disneyland every day, but you can live like a Disney princess like me if you want. Notice the birds. Sing to them. Again, the world is crazy, so it doesn't matter. You're allowed to be crazy right now. Go sing to your birds. They'll probably fly away. Mine do. It's okay. Go and, you know, find a stray animal and feed them, or hug a tree. Spend 10 minutes out in the sun with your eyes closed, just letting the sunlight hit your face. Do it in the middle of the road. Who cares? Okay, not in the middle of the road. I didn't mean like so that someone would hit you. I mean like do it out. Like it doesn't matter anymore. It doesn't matter. You don't need to look sane anymore. The world is crazy. Do what you need to do that makes you feel happy, and no one can argue your happiness. If you're doing something like carrying around your tarot cards, or you're saging your car before you get into it after work, or whatever, but you're a happy person, no one's going to argue with you. They're going to be like, well, she's very strange. She's very happy. So what do we do? All right, you guys, I guess that is it. I've been talking for about 21 minutes. Please leave your comments below. I want to continue talking about this. I will be posting some more little videos and my thoughts on Instagram. These are, when I post to Instagram, it's automatically sent to Facebook. But and I am looking at Facebook comments, but I will say Instagram is really what I feel more compelled to work on right now. So leave your comments. I will be looking for them everywhere. Thank you, Carly, for your comment. Oh, you know what? Actually, I had one more. I wanted to address. You know what? I'll read it next time. By the way, if you left me a comment and you know, I didn't get to it or I didn't read it today, it's okay. I'll probably read it another time. It's all good. I always appreciate your love and your comments. So, all right, you guys, as always, I'm just sending you all my love, and I will see you in the next one. Have an amazing rest of your day, and just keep on pumping beautiful Amazonian water into your fish tank. I'll let you know how my fish do. Pretty sure they're not going to die, but we'll see. They won't. It's fine. They're going to be good. We're all good. Okay, turn off the video now.